All right, 7:37. The great Nick DiGilio gives you an annual present every year. It's his best and worst list.
Yeah.
For 2023, as you get into the holiday season here and you go, well, what are we going to watch? What are we not going to watch? This is very helpful. I think we can dispense, Nick, with the best films fairly quickly and get right to the worst, which I enjoy. But first,
you enjoy the worst more than the best?
I do.
I kind of do, too.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
Because I'd rather tell people about good movies than...
But first...
All right.
New podcast?
I do. It just I don't know how this happened, but it just dropped.
It's a coincidence.
It's unbelievable.
Can't be explained.
When I'm on here on Fridays, for some reason, my new episode drops. They drop on Tuesday. They drop on Tuesday and Friday 2 times a week.
Nothing short of a miracle. What's this one?
The Nick D podcast, episode 202.
Oh.
Good.
Is the first time, and I was shocked by this, it's the first time that Chicago Tribune film critic Michael Phillips has ever joined me on my podcast. And we just catch up because it's like, oh, you've never been on the podcast before. So we talk about his favorite movies of the year, and we talk about some of mine. And we talk about how 1977 was a year where we both had realizations. He's about 4 years, he's your age. He's about 4 years older than me.
Yeah. Huh?
And in 1977, he was not crazy about Star Wars, and neither was I. We both leaned towards Close Encounters. And I think that says something about our psyche. We were we couldn't give a crap about Star Wars, but Close Encounters, that's the one that captured our imagination. Yep. So we talk about that and whatever that means.
What about the Saturday Night Live?
The Saturday Night Live podcast, which is out now, which came out on Wednesday. It's called That Show Hasn't Been Funny in Years, an SNL podcast. These, by the way, you can all get at radiomisfits.com, radiomisfits.com. The latest one is all about Emma Stone. She just joined the Five Timers Club a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
we were just talking about her.
Episode.
Not only is she a great actress, she seems like a very cool chick. Is she married?
She is. She was married recently, in fact.
Actor?
No, behind the scenes guy.
Okay.
But yeah, she by the way, and you can mark my words on this, she's going to win the Oscar for Best Actress this year.
Oh,
she's
for
not
Poor
Eileen.
Things.
For Poor Things.
That was
she's
it.
Yeah,
win.
Yeah. But the episode is all about the Five-Timer episode that she did a couple of weeks ago, which was terrific.
So good. Candace Bergen and Tina Fey popped on.
Yep, to give her smoking jacket.
Yes.
Her Five-Timer smoking jacket. And then I go through the highlights of the other 4 times she hosted, because she is the first person to be inducted into the Five Timers Club since I started my podcast.
Oh,
so every time someone is inducted into the Five Timers Club, I will do an episode dedicated to those 5 times they hosted. And then coming up this week on the podcast, it'll drop Wednesday, is the best Christmas sketches and stories from behind the scenes of SNL during Christmas.
Oh, that's the best. Sweaty balls.
Yeah, yep, that's in there.
Gumby?
No Gumby.
Okay, Christmas Gumby, damn it. Okay.
Nope. No Gumby.
Well, by the way, I forgot to clear out some of these texts, too, which are important. Let me get to these before we jump to your list here. Terry, way to go, Miranda. Way to go. Outstanding. Merry Christmas. Cookie answering the question today. I got 2 bottles of wine from Cooper's Hawk for $44 a month. That's a better deal than your stupid jelly idea.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Where's Betty Rubble?
You don't need Betty Rubble. You don't need Betty Rubble.
That's great.
So, and a bunch of others to get to. All right. Tom wants me to do the worst first. You want to go worst?
Yeah. I mean, I do want to get to the best, though, because those are the fun things to tell me about.
There you go.
But the worst. You want to do worst?
The worst.
Okay.
I'd like to spend an hour just on this list.
All right.
In reverse order, obviously. Number 10, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, yes.
Are you the only one that hated this?
I am the only one that hated it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a laugh riot.
I thought it was big, loud, dumb, and pretentious.
And too long.
It reminded me of, if it were 14 minutes, it would be too long. It reminded me a lot of Oliver Stone's JFK, which is a movie that I never wanted to be reminded of again.
Yeah, well, listen.
So there you go.
Everybody that makes a movie in Hollywood wants to be reminded of Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci and gold lame paint, body paint.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not good. Not good at all. But if you were curious, it doesn't even work as a documentary?
No. It's not good. I don't care what anybody says. You could sit me down and talk to me for 5 hours and tell me how great Oppenheimer is and how amazing Christopher Nolan is. It's not. It's not good.
It's the
pompous, it's
Barbenheimer
loud,
thing.
It's simplistic, it's dumb. It's not good. It's not a good movie, period.
Well, and ironically, you could argue the whole A-bomb thing was kind of not good, but then again, it did save the free world. Tom, you disagree.
Well, I like it better than Nick did, but I don't think it was the
Nick
best
hates it like a fungus. I mean, I hope you like it better than he does.
I like Christopher Nolan more than Nick does.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're interested in the subject, you'll get a lot out of it, but my contention is it should have been either half an hour shorter or half an hour longer.
Oh.
Half an hour longer. What?
Yeah.
Prisoner of war stuff going on? What's
There just needed to be more exploration of certain things.
And there are some really terrible performances in it. Like Robert Downey Jr. is a favorite for supporting actor nominee. He's terrible in it.
Personally, I think Florence Pugh is really bad in it.
Yeah, and she's a great actor. Well, he never does well. Christopher Nolan doesn't really do well directing women. He's not the females in his movie. He has this thing where he likes to have crazy or drunk or drug-addled women in his movies.
Well,
I mean, that's what Inception is all about. That's what this is all about.
Only
he has
Hollywood could turn your personal fetish into a career.
Yeah.
All right, for us to get through the worst, we got to fly through these.
Okay.
Number 9, The Flash.
Yeah, terrible DC comic book movie, one of the worst of the year.
Number 8, Napoleon.
Yeah, Ridley Scott continues his trend of making awful movies.
Why do you hate history?
I think Ridley Scott hates history. That's why I didn't like the movie.
Steve, I don't think you're going to like Napoleon either.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I don't plan to see it based on this.
You knew a couple of those. Oh, wait.
No, that was Rick Hogan. Number 7, Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, based on a video game. True story about a kid who played a video game so well that he drove cars for real. He drove like in races for real.
And they screwed it up?
Awful.
Okay. 6, Asteroid City.
Yeah, I'm officially done with Wes Anderson and his living dioramas. Done.
I never got it with him.
I did about 20 years ago. I really liked the Royal Tenenbaums and everything that
I didn't.
Everything that he tries to do has been trying to do Royal Tenenbaums, only failing miserably. And Asteroid City, although not as bad as French Dispatch, which was unwatchable from a couple of years ago, but still not good.
But Asteroid City, great cast.
He gets amazing people in his movies. Everybody wants to work with Wes Anderson because they want to be a talking diorama.
Number 5, I disagree with. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
God,
it's just it's a popcorn movie.
No, it's not. It's crap.
But it's not even a good popcorn movie. That's
terrible.
my thing.
Well, what was your problem with it? Either one of you?
Everything.
Well, not yet.
It's
everything.
really
Could you be less specific?
Okay. The opening sequence is young Indiana Jones, so it's got the bad CGI.
Yeah.
All of the effects that are done in the movie are done with CGI. None of the practical effects. Like the thing is, like that movie came out. That movie had the problem of coming out about a month and a half after John Wick, which has some of those special effects, but is mostly real cars, real stunts, real people. This was all digital CGI
What's your problem?
nonsense.
Is the technical side? The script?
Everything. The story was bad. I didn't care about anything. The only thing I liked about it was the last 5 minutes.
Because it was over then?
Yeah, well, no, but someone shows up in the last 5 minutes. I don't want to give it away for people who haven't seen it, but somebody shows up in the last 5 minutes of the movie, and I went, oh, I love this.
Carrie Fisher?
Well, she's dead, so she can't.
Well, CGI.
That didn't stop her from
that's right. It
showing up
didn't
in the
stop
last
Rogue
Star
One.
Wars.
She shows up in
There
Rogue
you
One.
go.
Yeah. But somebody else shows up at the end of Dial of Destiny, and I was like, oh, I love this, and it's over.
Just go watch Raiders.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the best. That's the best review.
Wow.
I disagree. I liked it okay.
Okay.
Not a lot, just okay. Who's the woman in it, by the way?
It's what's her name? From Fleabag.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, she's
Phoebe
good.
Waller-Bridge.
She's good. We'll do the top 4. I know that's a weird split, but we'll do the top 4 in just a second of the worst movies, and then we'll do the best.
Oh, cool.
We continue. Nick DiGilio's here.
Yeah, hi.
It's an Andrea day, so life's good.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Nick.
I love
I
you,
love when
Andrea.
you're
You
here.
know
I
that.
love when you're
you.
here. This is the best.
I only wish I could
so
share
hippie
the
on
off-air
Fridays.
conversation you two just had.
It did involve Timothy Chalamet. We will say
It did
that.
involve
And
Timothy.
crimes committed. We continue with the worst films of 2023.
Yeah.
Number 4, Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin now. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's latest.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I'm
awful.
with you on this. You know that.
Awful.
He should have his ability to make movies taken away.
I would agree with that entirely. Yes.
Number 3, About My Father.
That's
Sebastian?
Italian Dane Cook.
Oh, yeah.
It's an Italian.
It's very hard to make a room full of comedians laugh. And we all laughed the first time you said that, including the great Mike Toomey.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Italian.
Sebastian Maniscalco and De Niro, right?
Yeah, and De Niro. An awful movie.
Spinning Gold.
Spinning Gold is probably the worst movie of the year. Number 1, there's a special slot for number 1, and I'll tell you why. But number 2, I think Spinning Gold, is actually the worst movie of the year, the most embarrassing, but also a movie that's so bad it's hilarious, like Plan 9 from Outer Space bad. And it's about and I reviewed it here. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Just to remind you, it's about the creation of Casablanca Records, and it's so bad that they actually couldn't get the actual makeup, the proper makeup. They wouldn't
Kiss?
give them the rights for Kiss's makeup. For Kisses. That's how bad it is. It is One of the, I'm not kidding, one of the funniest movies of the year.
Because it's terrible.
Because it's so
And the son of somebody made it?
Yeah, the son of the guy who ran Casablanca Records
How
wrote.
do you screw that up?
Big in every possible way. And the guy who played the lead, I can't remember his name, one of the worst performances I've ever seen.
Jeremy Jordan.
The worst performance of the year. But like, seriously, a movie, I laughed the entire running time of this movie. It is absolutely horrendous. The worst movie of the year, I think, but...
What's a good person?
A Good Person is Zach Braff's movie with Florence Pugh and Morgan Freeman. Molly Shannon is in it as well.
Zach Braff and Florence Pugh were a couple, weren't they?
They were before they made this movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's about a girl who is texting on a phone. She gets into an accident and kills her future in-laws in the accident. She survives, becomes addicted to Oxycontin. And the movie is about that addiction. As a person in recovery, as you know I am, I watched this movie and I was appalled by its presentation of AA, by the presentation and the portrayal of people in recovery, and
got it wrong on every level.
I was deeply, deeply, deeply offended and angered by the movie. Although Spinning Gold is probably a worse movie, but I was offended to the point of anger because of A Good Person. And anybody who's in recovery who sees this movie will be also very angry.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it based on that.
Yeah.
All right, best list. This is Nick's best. Top 10 best. And an honorable mention goes to everything Timothy Chalamet's ever done, apparently.
I love him so much.
Including his Wonka
By the
movie.
way, Wonka's number 12. It didn't make it number 10, but it's number 12.
Number 10, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Scorsese's masterpiece. A great film. A great film.
And,
3 hours and 40 minutes, and it's worth every second.
And about a real story that people don't know about.
Yep.
Number 9, Blue Jean.
Little film from Britain about a lesbian teacher who is trying to keep herself in. This is during Thatcher years, by the way, and she's a teacher in a high school, a gym teacher in a high school. And when a student shows up who is also gay and spots her in a club, it's about her trying to keep herself in a closet during the Thatcher years. Incredible performances. Really, really good film. Really good film that no one saw.
Number 8, Of an Age.
Another movie that nobody saw. A film about a road trip where a young man and a man are in a car together riding to pick up his sister, the kid's sister, and they fall in love. And it's a 24-hour story about these two guys who fall in love. Heartbreaking and beautiful. Beautiful.
Number 7, The Iron Claw.
Iron Claw about the Von Erichs. It's a wrestling movie about the Von Erich family. It's a tragic.
Was it Jeremy Allen
Yeah, the
White
kid from the guy from the Bears in it, but also Zac
okay.
Efron, and it's about this real family of wrestlers who everybody dies. It's a true story, and there's only
Everybody dies. Why?
one of the brothers is left for other circumstances, whether it be disease or accidents or suicide. And it's about this real family of wrestlers, really legendary professional wrestlers. If you ask any professional wrestling fan who the Von Erichs are, they immediately know, and had this incredible run in the 80s out of Texas. But there's what they would call the Von Erich curse, and it's about this family. It's a beautiful movie. And you don't have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy it. It's heartbreaking and interesting and really beautifully acted. I think Zac Efron continues to prove what a terrific actor he is. I loved it. And I'm a big wrestling fan, but you don't have to be.
Is Zac Efron getting fat?
No, because he got built for this movie.
Puffed up.
Oh, my God.
He just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
He did.
This week.
He did. But
when he bent over for the star, he ripped his pants.
He did. That was what it was, yeah.
Number 6, Dumb Money.
One of the most unbelievably entertaining movies of the year that was completely overlooked by everybody. Nobody went to see it. It's about the GameStop. Where the GameStop stock.
They originally had the wrong name, right?
Well, they called it Dumb Money when it came out.
Now they've changed it?
Yeah, they changed it to the GameStop story, Dumb Money, the GameStop story, because nobody went to see it. Nobody wanted to go back. A lot of people were like, well, why would I want to go back and experience a movie that takes place during the height of COVID? I don't want to relive that. And
it's a GameStop thing would have connected with
It's an incredibly entertaining movie and a great movie about the underdogs taking on the rich guys and bringing them down. I love Dumb Money, and the performances are all great. Paul Dano, Pete Davidson should get nominated for supporting actor. He's so good in it. A really entertaining movie that makes it more understandable than even The Big Short did. You know how a lot of people don't understand the financial bringing down the the stocks and the hedge funds and all that stuff. Dumb Money, one of the singular most entertaining movies of the year that nobody saw.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Yeah, great movie.
Number
Great,
5.
It's number great. It's great.
I saw that on a plane last week. Loved it.
It's great.
Because of your recommendation.
Are you the only boy that understood it?
I don't know. I don't care. I just
because
thought it was
you
great.
know what, though?
I was moved by it. I cried. I thought it was great. And I did not read the book because I wasn't a 14-year-old girl.
Absolutely.
But I was moved to tears by this movie. And
I was
it's
too.
great.
It's adorable, and there's young boys in it too.
There are,
and it's like kind of coming of age. Where
Timothy
you start
Chalamet's in it?
I wish.
Number four,
We
easy.
wish.
Number 4, The Holdovers.
Holdovers, Paul Giamatti is the star of this one, and he's the likely favorite to win the Oscar this year. Because
What's it about?
It is about 3 outcasts who are stuck at a school during holiday season. There's a kid who's stuck there because his
That was
parents
the
don't
one I
care about him.
wrote off as a Breakfast Club thing. You said it's nothing like it.
No, it's great. It's really, really great. It's about these 3 outcasts who have to be together and try to get themselves through the holiday season. It's a beautiful movie, unbelievably funny. It'll make you cry, and it's also a terrific holiday film. A great movie anchored by a great performance by Paul Giamatti.
We talked about Emma Stone. Poor Things is number 3. Very strange movie, but worth a watch. Number
Absolutely.
2, Birth, Rebirth.
Another movie that nobody saw, horror film, shockingly. Very similar to Poor Things. It kind of takes the Frankenstein theme. And it's about these 2 women who get together to bring a baby that died back to life and keep her alive. And there are Frankenstein-like, complications. It's a great film. Ooh. A great film.
Number 1 is a movie that you've seen how many times?
5.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Number 1 movie of the year.
It's the best movie of the year.
Phenomenal.
It's the best movie of the year.
It's
I don't care
so
what anybody
good.
says. I don't care. And everybody's like, people are always yelling at me because I pick movies that nobody's ever seen or ever heard of and stuff. And this is the biggest hit of the year. It made the most money of the year, and people are like, "Wait a minute! Oh my God, Nick likes a movie that everybody else likes." Yeah, because it's the best movie of the year. And
so good.
whatever you think Barbie is, it's not. Mm-hmm. It's better. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what you think it is. If you think it's one thing, it's not that. If you think it's another thing, it's not.
Oscars sweep?
No.
Will Greta Gerwig get the best director?
No, I think Scorsese. The favorite right now at this point is Scorsese or Nolan. It's either going to be Oppenheimer or Killers. Those are the ones that are. I mean, Barbie will get nominated for a lot of stuff, and I do
Shouldn't
think
she win because she's innovative?
I think she should.
Oh,
That's
totally.
just me.
Absolutely.
I think she's the best director of the year, and I think it's the best movie of the year. But I will say this though, I do think that I'm Just Ken is going to win Best Song. I do think that I'm Just Ken is going to win Best Song.
That's great.
And it will be, without question, Ryan Gosling will perform it. It will be the highlight of the entire ceremony is the musical number they do to I'm Just Ken, which is the greatest.
And he's got to come out in the outfit, doesn't he?
I hope so.
Oh, it's the best.
No, Barbie's the best movie of the year. It made the most money. This very rarely happens, Steve. You've known me for 30 years, and I don't normally go, oh yeah, the number 1 box office hit. I loved it, but this movie made the money. It deserved to make every dime. It deserved to be the biggest hit of the year. It's the best movie of
What's
the
she
year.
doing next?
Barbie.
Greta Gerwig doing?
She is actually. I think she's doing the Chronicles of Narnia. I think she's doing another film version of that. She was just elected as president of the Cannes Film Festival jury this year. First woman director to ever be as the president of the Cannes jury for the festival.
And the cool thing is then you don't have to argue about the expenses when you file it with a studio to take that trip to southern France.
That's right.
It's all about the business.
That's exactly right.
Texter wants to know where they can get the full Nick list.
You can get him on on Facebook, and also I will be unveiling the entire list on my podcast a week from Thursday.
Okay.
So, and you can just check that out. All my podcasts are available at radiomisfits.com and all the platforms.
Thank you for the early look.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Nick.
It's great, Nick DiGilio. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Thank you, man.